Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about if Twitter stock is a good buying opportunity right now. And the reason why Twitter stock has been in the news lately is because of what Elon Musk did. Elon Musk has around almost 10% ownership of Twitter, and he wants to transform this company for the better. He has also been appointed to the board of directors, so this is very, very good news, and this is why the TWTR stock is currently in the news today. So we're going to be going over the fundamentals and financials of this company, the actual worth of Twitter, if Twitter stock is a good buying opportunity right now, and what I personally am doing with Twitter stock. For more videos like this one, remember to go and smash that like button right now, subscribe if you are new, comment down below your thoughts about the TWTR stock, and without further ado, let's jump right into today's stories. So if you didn't know, Tesla's CEO, which is Elon Musk, has around a 9.2% stake of Twitter, which has caused investors and retail investors to invest into the TWTR stock. This has absolutely ignited the stock price for Twitter stock. It jumped by over 27% at one point, and it also invigorated TSLA investors to buy even more Tesla stock. This has also positively affected other stocks in the market, such as other social media companies, but right now I just want to focus on the TWTR stock to determine if it's a good buying opportunity right now, and how I personally am going to make money off of this current momentum in the TWTR stock. Right now, the stock trades for around $53 per share, while the low-end analyst price target for the company over the next 12 months is $30 per share, and the high-end TWTR stock price target among analysts is $77 for the next 12 months. However, Morningstar actually says that Twitter stock should be at least worth $58, which is their fair value according to Morningstar. So let's talk about the actual worth of this company. Ever since Elon Musk became the #1 shareholder for Twitter stock, it has also invigorated investors to further invest into other very hurting social media stocks such as Pinterest, Snapchat, and of course Facebook, also known as Meta platforms. So this is overall very good news for social media stocks. Elon Musk is one of the most followed people on Twitter because he has around 80 million followers, which according to this article makes him the 8th most followed user on Twitter, and it also makes him the top followed CEO on the platform. Musk is not very pleased with the current policies over at Twitter because he says that they are dampening free speech. And this has become very well known because organizations such as the Babylon Bee, which at one point interviewed Elon Musk, has recently been banned from Twitter, thus suppressing the Babylon Bee's ability to actually equate and communicate their ideas freely on the platform, which means that it is in fact suppressing free speech. As of late, the TWTR stock has absolutely surged in price from around $39 per share, and like I said earlier, right now it's trading at around $53 per share. However, let's determine if this is going to cool off over the long run, or if this is just a temporary spike that is going to later crash. On screen right now, we see the TWTR stock price history, and we also see that recently that the stock price has shot up from around $39 all the way up to around $53. However, in this video, we are going to determine if this momentum will be continuous and the stock price will continuously rise with a couple minor pullbacks. However, if this is not the case, we can actually anticipate a crash or a major downtrend after this momentum subsides from Elon Musk investing into this company very heavily. However, because Elon Musk is now a part of the board of directors, we could see this momentum and this growth be sustainable over the long term. However, let's see what the authors of this article actually think. Currently, Twitter stock is continuously rallying based off of the news of Elon Musk both joining the board and that he has become the #1 shareholder for the company. And to me, this gives the investors an opportunity to actually take profits right now based off of this momentum, because let's go over two scenarios. The first scenario would be that the momentum continues after this because Elon Musk is actually on the board of directors now. However, if that is the case, taking profits would still be relatively safe because you are locking in profits. And who doesn't want more money at their disposal? On the other hand, if the stock ends up pulling back after this momentum subsides, you would have really wanted to take profits because now the stock price is worth less than what it was formerly when the stock was all hyped up because of what Elon Musk has done. So in both of these scenarios, I would say that taking a little bit of profit off the table is actually just proper risk management, which is why I want investors to be cautious here right now, because this momentum can subside. However, with that being said, we also have to go toward a third scenario, saying that what if Twitter stock absolutely skyrockets from here because of the leadership and the ideas from Elon Musk. And this is a very probable way of thinking about this. However, even if this is the case, I wouldn't be opposed to taking some slight profits off of the table right now, or at least trimming some of your position if you are not already involved. However, this begs the question, if you are not already invested into Twitter, should you invest right now? Well, honestly, this just depends on your personal portfolio, your risk management policies, as well as your overall risk tolerance, and we will talk more about this later in our next article when we go over the fair value or the actual value of the TWTR stock. However, this author from the street actually says that they are going to target around $60 to $62 right now in this particular scenario. According to this author, the Twitter stock still has potential upside even though it's trading at around $53 right now, so please keep that in mind. I also want to mention that the Twitter stock has received a load of volume lately. There has been around 200 million shares trading hands in the last day. However, with that being said, just because Elon Musk is buying shares and because he is now a part of the board of directors, this does not necessarily mean that the company is financially and fundamentally a good company. So let's take a closer look at this company's financials and fundamentals to determine if this stock is an attractive buying opportunity right now, especially at its current price. Well, first I want to talk about Twitter's revenues. So Twitter's fourth quarter revenues grew by around 22% year over year, which is very good. And according to the quarter 4 letter to shareholders, management said that ongoing revenue product improvements, solid sales execution, and a broad continued increase in advertiser demand is very beneficial for Twitter's overall revenue growth and future revenue growth and development. So this is very positive. The company also has very good growth in terms of their fundamental growth over the long term, thanks to advertisers and advertising, which is where the majority of social media companies make the lion's share of their revenues. If you look on screen right now, we have a 5-year historical growth chart of Twitter stock, and as you can see, we have a good uptrend overall for the company. However, right now, this recent spike, like we talked about earlier, is this sustainable? Well, this honestly depends, and I do believe we will experience a pullback in the TWTR stock price, which is why I personally have already bought in. My average price is around $39 per share. However, I am going to trade the stock if the stock hits around $58. And even before that, I am slowly taking profits off the table. However, it is exciting to see how Elon Musk could change this company for the better. So according to the historical data for this particular stock, right now would be a good average buying opportunity and a constant growth rate that Twitter has actually experienced over the last 5 years. However, with that being said, that means you are not necessarily getting a fantastic deal. It just means that you're getting in at an average cost basis, which is not too bad, especially if you want to hold long-term in this company. However, I personally think that there are other companies, including other social media companies, that are better and more well-rounded than Twitter right now. But let's bring it back to the fundamentals and the financials. Their management expects robust growth over the next couple of years, specifically in the year of 2022. Revenue this year is going to increase at a rate of around 20%. Now let's talk about their overall valuation. So there is no for sure way to actually value this type of company with any degree of certainty. However, we can give it our best shot. And to value Twitter, we can actually take the company's 12% net profit margin, which we got from their quarter 4 report, and we can apply that to their consensus forecast for their 2022 revenues, which comes in at around $5.9 billion. This means that for the year of 2022, Twitter should be able to bring in around $708 million worth of net income. And if we pair this projection with Twitter trading at around 40 times their hypothetical earnings, which is their net income, we could see that Twitter could be worth around $28 billion for their fair value market cap. However, to put this into perspective, the market cap of the company is currently trading at around $41 billion. So this would mean mean that it would be best to take profits once the company reaches around $58 to around $62 per share, if the company even appreciates that highly. Now, I do want to add that this is a very surface level approach of valuing a company, and this is very conservative. $28 billion is extremely conservative, particularly for a social media company. So personally, I would rather peg this company at around a $58 fair value price, which is exactly what Morningstar has given this company, which means that this is the exact price where I am going to take more profits off of the table for this company. However, once I take those profits, I will let the remainder of the investment just ride for the long term, because my average price is around $39 per share, and because it's low enough, I have very low risk of losing any money over the long term. Because Elon Musk could literally single-handedly turn this company around and make Twitter an absolute monster of a social media company. Just look what he's done with Tesla. Tesla is a phenomenal stock and company that has experienced a CAGR and compounding annual growth rate of gigantic proportions. So if Elon Musk can actually do that with Twitter stock as well, we could see fantastic returns if we decide to invest, or at least keep our investment, in the TWTR stock. So ideally, if you want to initiate a position in Twitter stock, you would want to get in below $50 per share. If you want to take profits off the table between $58 and $64. And if your average cost basis is below $40, your best bet is actually just to hold onto those shares for the long term, because your average cost is so low. So with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below with what you plan to do with the TWTR stock. Are you planning to hold this company long term? Do you want to trade off of the current momentum of the company, or are you just getting into this stock right now? Remember to smash that like button right now, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.